Second day of Storm Bert takes hold. A major incident is declared in South Wales. Residents of Pontypridd are flooded out of their homes. The same thing happened to them 4 years ago.
Their belief is that because they've got flood defences in place, that the flood defences work. But as you've probably seen yourself, the flood defences don't work.
A man has died after a tree fell on his car near Winchester in southeast England as Storm Bert caused havoc across much of the UK and Ireland. Strong winds, heavy rain and snow have left thousands without power and disrupted transportation. Well, this was the scene in northwest Ireland where the storm caused a river to burst its banks. And in the UK, some areas are bracing for more heavy snow and high winds. Dozens of flood warnings remained in place into Saturday night.
Heavy rain and thawing snow combine to bring flooding as Storm Bert continues to batter parts of the UK.
Hello there. Well, Storm Bert has given us some very severe weather conditions right across the UK through the day on Saturday. Heavy snow, rain, strong gusty winds, potentially more disruption to come too. It's not over yet. Here are some of the strongest wind gusts through the day on Saturday. High wind gusts recorded across some mountainous regions, and it could be windier still for parts of the Channel coast on Sunday than it was on Saturday. There's been a lot of rain around as well. A number of flood warnings in force. That number could well rise.
Good afternoon. Storm Bert continues to bring some big impacts across the UK. Yesterday, some of us had snow. Today, it is all about rain and flooding. As you'll have seen in the news, some particularly bad flooding across parts of southeast Wales. Numerous flood warnings in force across Wales, but also England, some across Scotland as well. No wonder we've seen flooding because we have had huge amounts of rain over the last 36 hours. This is the radar.
Hello there, good evening. Well, it's been a very windy day courtesy of Storm Bert, and there are still some strong winds to come with this Met Office yellow weather warning in force until 9 o'clock this evening.
Hello there, good evening. Once again, Storm Bert has brought some very strong gusty winds right across the UK, plenty of heavy rain, and it was curiously mild too. Santon Downham in Suffolk reached 19 degrees Celsius. Compare that to how cold it was earlier on through the week.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. It's been exceptionally mild across much of the country through today.
And if you just think back to how cold it was too earlier on through the week, there's all that cold air Thursday, Friday. Here comes the storm. It's been feeding in some very mild air indeed. So if we move quickly to East Anglia, the maximum temperature on Thursday was just 2 degrees Celsius in Marham in Norfolk. Compare that to 19 degrees Celsius recorded today in Santon Downham, just over the border in Suffolk. And that equals the latest, the highest temperature in the UK this late in the year. Now,
Storm Bert has made for a very difficult weekend, to say the least, across large swathes of the UK. The snow yesterday, of course. Today, further very strong winds and very heavy rain. That rain has caused some significant flooding impacts, particularly across the southeast of Wales, but also across some other areas.
Hello there. Well, Storm Bert has certainly brought some eventful weather this weekend. We're not quite out of the woods just yet, although things are starting to ease. And as far as next week is concerned, a much more settled story to tell. Dry with some decent spells of sunshine, feeling noticeably cooler too.